Hi, it's Paul Foyers, Dean Technology Editor of Dentistry Today, and I'm here with a dear friend, Steve Buchanan. Steve, how are you?
Always great to be with you.
Pleasure to see you here. So Steve is my go-to guy when I want to know about endodontics, and I understand we're going to talk about a new obturation device.
Yeah, really good upgrade.
But let's do this. Before we get to obturation, let's do something with the canals first. So,
Set the stage. Right.
so I know there are some new files they call traverse files, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They are a little bit different than the average file is out there, and why don't you give us a little dissertation on that?
I've been working for the last 5 years on bringing rotary instrumentation to endodontics. Up until now, we've always said that shaping is a great thing for a handpiece-driven instrument, but you need to have the tactile sensitivity of finger files, hand files, to make your way down a root canal. Right. Turns out that's actually not true. So what we've developed is a flute arrangement that will always pull the pulp into the file, so we've never had any pulp tissue taken beyond. And the big difference is we're not using an 8 and a 10K file and then putting a rotary file in. This is the first file to length.
So you're using this file?
I'm using it. In many cases of molars, I use one file, a single traverse 1306, gauge the end of the root canal, fit a cone like up there, and I'm ready to go.
Now, so it's totally rotary, right?
It's totally rotary. I usually don't have to touch hand files anymore.
That's wild. But
it saved me easily 10 minutes per case.
Now, is it rotary throughout the process, or is there any reciprocation involved in this?
Well, it's a Cavo Kerr product, and they have adaptive TF, which I think is by far the best reciprocating handpiece on the market. They just came out with a new version of that, which is really good. But it's got 190 different files. All the files that are being sold at this meeting are in that computer.
So it's all pre-programmed, so whatever file means.
So you pull your file up, which you like to use, you don't have to change your instruments.
Oh, that's very cool.
The TF Adaptive is really great because reciprocation is not good during the initial cutting because you're shoving all this debris ahead of the instrument. If you cut rotary with rotary motion until you hit the torque limit, then you don't have any extrusion of debris. So this is rotary file with conditional reciprocation.
It's the best of everything. Now, how would this be if there was calcification in the canals? I mean, would this be helpful in that situation?
Oh yeah, these files are super sharp. Because they're so small at the end, a 13 tip, we made them like razor blades. They cut really fast.
That's very, very cool. So okay, so we've shaped our canal, we're down to the apex, we got everything cleaned out. Time to obturate.
Mm-hmm.
Something new.
Throw the fill.
So let's talk about this new obturation process, the new obturation gizmo we have.
Okay. Well, it's for people who haven't used the elements-free obturation system, it looks about the same, but it's not the same at all. This is a huge upgrade. They've gone from electric contact charging station to inductive.
So inductive is better because there's no contacts that can get screwed up, and
you always end up with oxidation on the contacts, and then you think it's charging, and when you need it, it's not charged. So this is a absolutely foolproof charging station.
And I saw how it operates. You can have these different settings for different temperatures. There's different speeds and things like that. I mean,
it's all on the device.
It's all built in.
It's all built in on the device, so you're using it there, and you can change that stuff without looking away. There's a trend in the endodontic handpieces where everything has to have an iPad associated with it. You have to turn over and program the iPad and then come back and continue
there's a little
your
LCD
procedure.
screen right on the unit there.
Yeah,
I mean, even I can read that one. I don't know.
The other thing is the extruder is it's hardly the same device. They've added insulation, so there's almost no heat perceptible. They have a ring switch. They speeded everything up. It was a little bit slow before. We had to wait for it to heat up. It took a minute.
This was like seconds.
15 seconds, full temperature. It's also got a gas gauge, so you know exactly how much you have left, and it tells you by the canal when you're ready for extrusion.
Is this thing bendable?
Yeah, this is the new. This was done for the previous one. One of the other advantages is the cartridges and the pluggers on the downpack device. They're compatible with the ones that you have had since System B, probably. Since the EOU.
So it's an easy upgrade.
Yep, so it's a really easy upgrade. The nice thing about this needle is you can't break it. And they use, the ones we used to have were sterling silver to conduct the heat action.
Oh, sure.
And they just broke without.
That's pretty
any
good. I
kind
mean,
of
you can,
force.
you can get this way down into
Yep.
into get to the apex of the tooth.
And it's really nice to be able to see around.
And let's
while
take a
you're
look at that
extruding.
little packer also. So it heats up also very quickly.
To this day, this is the fastest heating down pack device. Most everybody else's takes a second or two to heat up.
Yeah.
This takes 1/2 second, and it hits 300 degrees C and then drops to 200. So you have an instant down pack.
And I was told there's a timer in this, so it only heats for a certain period of time.
We have an idiot switch. If you're daydreaming about vacation instead of paying attention, it'll cut off after 4 seconds, so
Oh,
you
that's
can't hurt
great.
your patient. Right.
And are there different sizes? There's obviously different
Yeah.
sizes.
Same continuous wave pluggers. They also have a heat testing tip, which is the best way to do pulp testing for partial necrosis.
Wow. It's nicely balanced also.
They have great balance. Yeah. One of the issues with cordless is you've got the weight of the battery, but the weight isn't so much the issue as the balance.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, this is
all the
nothing-
previous ones have this big
Actually, you know, I think
battery
it's-
hanging off the backside.
even this little area has been designed very. It just fits very, very nicely in there.
Yeah.
And,
They got some nice
looking at the
industrial
LCD
design.
screen, all the information sitting there tells how much is charged, what the temperature is. This is a great thing.
You don't need that many options on a.
Well, I
on
know,
a
but you know,
backfill
it's,
and
this is endo for dummies over here.
But it's really nice. What I really like about this is it's basically a system-based approach to endodontics.
Yeah,
We've got rotary negotiation. We're going to have out Horizon files in just a half a year probably. We got obturation devices, the fastest three-dimensional filling device on earth.
That does it. So we can do molars pretty quickly now, can't we?
Yeah, you still got to get into them. Access is a bear. Yeah. They'll always be hard.
Steve, what a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine.
I learned something today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks very much.